It's these kinds of moments where praise and encouragement can last for years. You know, if we can just get them to find the time to reflect on this kind of experience instead of immediately turning back to their iPod, I think we can go some distance on that. So, encouraging the student to explore the software and even mess up seems to have a positive effect as well, and that's one area that I've had a few experiences with. Just recently, I had one student who was early on in the quarter was very concerned about getting an assignment wrong. So I told him, look, especially in media, when you're working with these softwares, there's 6 dozen ways to accomplish all sorts of different things. And I said to him, there was no right answer. How many ways we can get it wrong? In fact, I said, let's see how we can really screw this up. Oh, a little laggy, got it wrong. He said, I really like this class. All classes should be like this. There was that long pause before he pronounced that, and this kind of profound truth kind of dawned across his face. And he yelled this very loudly and very triumphantly to the class. And I thought, that sounds like another self-starter was born to me. And I just like to roll the credits. And we can open this up to any questions or comments that anybody might have. Look at there, bang on, yeah.
What are the tools that you use with the flip camera?
Pardon me?
What tools do you use with the flip camera?
Well, that's the fun thing about the flip camera. It's completely self-contained. It plugs into a USB port. For those of you who don't know about that flip camera, I could show you the picture, but it records 30 minutes of video onto an internal not hard drive, an internal data card. And it's 640 by 480 at 30 frames a second, which is, back in the day, used to be considered legal or professional video, which just blows me away. And it comes with its own editing software. So you plug it into the USB port and just grab the folders and double-click them and off you go.
How would you compare the editing software with the phone?
Oh, it's very rudimentary. Yeah, it's.
Do you mean Microsoft Windows?
It's probably on par. I wouldn't even say it's that sophisticated. It's just pretty basic. It's edit this clip, chunk, and you're done.
Is it file format compatible?
It is a flavor of DivX. It's a flavor of DivX, which means it's reasonably compatible. It just depends on what the latest updated version of your OS you have, and does it have the plugins. It's reasonably compatible. We're right now I had that please stand by slide that was up there a moment ago, and we are fighting a bit of a battle because QuickTime just updated the latest version of QuickTime, and that kind of messed things up for us. So we're right now actually looking to work on it. Yeah.
What you said right at the end about how many ways can we get something wrong, it's very intriguing because, and I'm just pondering that.
Mm-hmm.
I had some students in my programming class who made a mistake, and I said, well, okay, so here's your book. They wanted me to fix it. Mm-hmm. I said, well, let's look it up in the index of the book. This was a foreign concept to them. Now let's look at, now find the page. Now what you see on the page, I put deliberately, which I hadn't remembered because I made the materials a year ago, deliberately put a coding error in the code. And the direction said, okay, type this in, try to compile it, what's wrong, fix it. I can't see, well, what are you going to do? This whole thing of I think we need to give them, I think they're too afraid to get it right because our educational system is about getting it right, which is not real life.
You know, it's really amazing, and in the formal presentation I didn't really have this, but at that moment, when I said, let's see how badly we can screw this up, it was like there was a huge weight lifted off his shoulder, and he just had this epiphany. And I think at that moment we became co-conspirators in our educational rebellion, because you're absolutely right. I mean, they're kind of brought down this path where there is only one right answer, and they have to be right. You know, it's either true or false, or multiple choice. And to suddenly have an instructor say, well, there really is no right answer, and let's see if we can screw it up, because we might find out some cool stuff. We might learn some new things. If we try to screw things up, we'll find maybe different ways of doing it, or we'll find out that it doesn't work at all. And any way you look at it, I always tell them, you're learning. You know, even if you screw up, if you find 6 different ways not to do it, and on the 7th try you find a way to do it, you know, that's great. That's learning. And most students seem to, at least in the multimedia and video track that I've been in for years, most of them seem to learn by doing. It's really a much different way of acquiring knowledge than at least I learned when I was in college. Any other questions or comments? All right. Well, I guess I gave you guys a good 25 minutes to relax before you have to go off to some other event. Thank you all very much for sitting through my presentation.